What's up, y'all? This is Dubitdown. So, in this video, I'm just going to be doing some self-advertising for my store called CheckeredGoose Shoes. So, I'll turn the camera around and hopefully you guys get a good image view of these shoes that I made on my website. And the link will be in the description. So, I'll turn it down. No further ado, we'll get into it. So, this is the most recent pair that I created, and that's CheckeredGoose Z26. You can see them, very nice. Let's see here, very nice. Got the I don't know if you can see that too good. Let me see here. So kind of got to go in and out with the camera in my left hand and the mouse in my right hand. So bear with me if it's taking me a little time to figure out each angle. So that's some pictures of it. Very nice shoes, made in Italy. Very nice. Those are the most recent ones I made. So we'll go to let me see here. We'll go back right here, so we'll go, let's see, so these are designed in the last 2 years on my Alive shoes, and I made a company called CheckeredGoose Shoes, and I also have apparel and a lot of cool stuff on there if you guys want to check that out. But these are my CheckeredGoose Z9s. So I'm trying to get a good image of it on this camera that I'm holding. So they're pretty nice, you know what I mean? A lot of detail went into these. The price is a little high, you know what I'm saying? If I could afford to wear my own shoes, I would wear them. But I can't afford to buy my own shoes right now. But if I could, I would have all these in my shelf, because I love my designs. And as you can see, the checkered goose right there, and nice pattern on that. That's like a canvas material or something like that, or I don't know what you call it. Yeah, canvas or something. And then checkered goose on the inside tongue. And if you don't know what that is, that's my checkered goose logo right there for my apparel store, but I put it on my shoes as well. So we'll say we'll go back right here, and then let me see here. I saw these expired, so we'll get back into launch your design. So I'm gonna be doing some work with you guys filming this. I gotta relaunch them because they fell off. I gotta relaunch them every 30 days on this Alive shoes because I haven't made made the full becoming like a designer on their platform. So I have to kind of use my own website that I built. I mean, they're on there. It's not really my website. It's kind of like I'm putting their links on my website, but it still works pretty good. We could show you them in detail. Pretty nice, you know what I mean? Even more detail on them. Pretty nice shoes. So as you can see, it's a lot of like snake skin on them. Then they look like the Jordans on the bottom. And then snake skin, purple, white, black. And then you got some green on them. So very nice. There it is, a little bit bigger. Very nice. These are, just shoes I designed on their website. And, if you're interested in doing that, you got to spend like $100 with them to fill out your application. So, they don't just, you just can't get in there without filling out the application. But once you do, you can get them on your own website, kind of run it how I'm running it. you could do all your links and then add them to a website like on my DistroKid. So I got the website running for free basically from my DistroKid. So very nice shoes, but as you can see, Checkered Goose on the tongue right there. Very nice. A lot of detail went into these. And then it looks like it's changing colors. I don't know how that happened. It's pretty good. It looks like it's changing colors on there. So I don't know if the shoes will look like that. Maybe they got a battery in them or something that changes colors. I don't know. I don't know how they work, but that's just the box. Checkered Goose box. Let me see. So that's pretty much. We'll go back and see if we can find another shoe. Getting caught up on this relaunching window. Let me see here, menu. And that's just their website page that I'm on right now is the live shoes. And like I said, you gotta fill out an application. It costs $100, and then you can start building them onto your own website. You know, you kind of gotta you can look at my website to help you build your own website if you need help with it. You can kind of use it as a template. So these are the next ones we're getting into right here. Checkered Goose Z8s. I don't know why that ain't relaunching. Let me see here. So it's pretty good. Pretty good looking shoe right here. It's like a Italian leather. I don't know what's on the detail of them. I can't see too good. Oh yeah, that's some detail on them. You can see that a lot of detail went into these. You know, it's like attention to detail, like the Army used to say back when I was in the Army. Attention to detail, you know what I mean? But a lot of cool shit on there. Plaid on the back, and then you got these little things that stick out. I don't know what you call them on the shoe, but it's all over the shoe, so it's pretty cool. It's like a texture, and then a cool kind of like Checkered Goose star on there, you know what I mean? And then we'll try to flip through some pictures and show you another picture of them. So that's one of my newest shoes, Checkered Goose shoes, if you're interested in them. I don't know where the price is on these. I don't know. Let me see here. So that's you can see on the tongue. You got the Checkered Goose. Very nice. Then you got the matching soles. So like I said, I would buy a lot of these. If I could narrow it down, I would probably buy at least 5 of these. Like if I had the money, like, where it wouldn't be no problem, I would buy like 5 pairs of these, just at one time, because I love my shoes on here. A lot of time went into them, but you can see the attention to detail. That one looks like it's changed the colors too, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that's actually if it changes colors when you buy them, because I haven't bought a pair yet, so I don't know, but looks like a hologram or something. I don't know. But that's the inside of the view of the shoe tongue, so that's what it looks like on the inside. Pretty cool. There's the box. Pretty cool. Let me see. Okay, so we'll go back. Let me see here. Sorry if it's taking me a lot of time, but this their website is like a little bit slow. I've noticed, you know, even on my phone, it's a little slow. You know, so we gotta kind of work with it. Can't go faster than their system allows, you know. So we'll get into that one. These are the Z7. These are like male slippers. They're like kind of like Gucci inspired slippers. If you ever seen like a Gucci has the fur on the back, but I kind of did it in my own design where you got the checkered goose on them in blue, and then you got the orange right there, and then you got the horse bit, and then you got them into a mule. So it's a pretty nice slipper. We'll take some other pictures of them and show you. That's the side angle. That's the that's another side angle. Pretty nice wooden soles. It looks like very nice shoe. Yeah, not showing me the price. These are not cheap though, guys. They're like most pairs are over 200. So you know, but it'll make a nice video because got quite a bit of shoes to show you, so it'll make a nice video to watch. And it's something that I could do fairly easily. You know, it's not taking too much energy from me. So that's pretty much the side view. That's the checkered goose on the shoes again. There's the box. That's that slipper, whatever you call it, mule slipper. Leather, wooden soles, horse bit on them. So we'll see. So yeah, I'm clicking on it. It's not even going to the page right now. So now I got to click off the page, I guess. And oh, there it goes. It did it. Sometimes you got to like reload the page on here. You know, on the a live shoe company website, sometimes you have to reload the page and then it will work again for a few minutes. So it's let me see what these are. Preview shoes. So as you can see, they got the camouflage and then the snake skin and the checkered goose on them right there, and then the camouflage tongues. You know, they got like a Jordan kind of sole to them. Not really a Jordan that I know of exactly what Jordan that would be, but it's like maybe a Jumpman Jordan kind of sole. And then you got the black on the back, green right there. They look good. I would definitely order a pair of these if I had the money. They look good on anything. Then that's a purple in the box right there. So if you've been following my shoes, I changed colors throughout the checkered goose. I changed the colors in the background of the just to kind of, you know, that gives you a better picture. The color changes right there on the inside. That's like a purple now, but they look really good. I wish I had a pair of them. I wouldn't wear them with the straps connected. I would loosen up the straps because my feet are wide. But that's that shoe. So we'll go back. Let me see here. So I hit the back button, but it didn't go through. We'll go through again. Let me see. 2. So if you're wondering, there's only 5 pages of my shoes. I only have 21 pairs available at this time. But let me see. I thought I did those, but I didn't do those. Yeah, let me see here. So as you can see, you got some metal type of deal right here, and then a zipper. If you like, you know, like your shoes a little comfy like I do, these would be perfect. And then they got a lace to them, but if you got a zipper, you really don't have to worry about lacing them up too good. You just keep them at one lace. I mean, one specific size on your lace, and then you leave them laced, and then you just use a zipper. But those are a nice shoe though. You know, I don't know how good it's coming in You know, let me see here. Yeah, I don't know if the color is, if you can see that color too good on here. Let me see. Yeah, it's more of a red on my computer screen. It's more of a maroon, I mean. And it comes up like a pinkish color on my phone. So I don't know what color it's showing exactly. I guess it's close. It's a little faded looking on my phone. Let me see here. So I'm trying to look at both screens, the computer screen I'm filming and my phone, but the color looks a little faded on my phone. So they're a little bit, it looks a little darker in the actual picture. Just to let you guys know, there's a better picture of it on that angle, and then there's like stars behind the metal, if you can see that right there. And then, you know, a nice sole on them. You know, nice tongues, everything good about these, look comfortable. And then you got the crocodile or something inside of here, which I just noticed that right now. I might have thrown that together, I don't know. I probably forgot I put that crocodile on there, but that's a nice shoe. And it's like the black matches that black on there, which is nice. I like that. But, you know, I don't have money, like I said. If I had money, I would start ordering some of my shoes. You know, I would have a collection myself because I really like my designs on here, what I came up with. But it was like, you know, something I worked out with God and the Holy Spirit about this design. You know, I was like, kind of like trying to come up with a Checkered Goose apparel. So what I came up with was like a goose, but then also a check mark, you know, so I had to put the two together like a goose and a check mark, and this is what I came up with, Checkered Goose. So if you guys are wondering what that is, it's just a goose flying, and you kind of got to look at it at a different angle to see the goose flying with his wings expanded, and then, you know, the other thing is it's like a check mark. You know what I'm saying? So it looks good as a design. And I had to make it into a what do you call it? When you design your, not a vortex, what am I thinking here? I forget the name of the design, vortex, I don't know, a vert or a vertex or something, vortex, not sure how you, what frame you got to put that in, but, you know, I had to put it in I had to do some kind of change where he did it, professionally, made it into something professional, not a vortex, I forget the name, what he called it. You know, but if I remember it, I'll just put it in the description later on. If I remember what he called that, what he made it into, because I drew it originally, but then he made it into something on his computer as well. You know, he did I don't know exactly, you know, I don't know what to call it, but he made it into something that I could use as a uploading on t-shirts and, you know, uploading on shoes. So he had to make it, he had to like change a file or something. I forget exactly what he did. I don't know what he did too. I can't remember. But if I remember, I'll put it in the description. Like I said, I don't know. I'm trying to still think of it, but I can't remember. But, and these are, I got to relist them. They must have fell off without me knowing. So I got to relist them in a few minutes after I get done with this video. But, hopefully I'm not like boring you guys to death. These are some sandals that I made. Pretty nice. Camouflage, gold spikes, tan, soles, white strap, white leather cover on the tongue or something. I don't know what that is. And then a tan back heel, and then a blue or purple in the color right there. So a lot of detail went into these. There's a better angle, and I'm, you know, this will be a good video for me to help myself advertising, you know. So I'm just kind of making it, trying to do it as best as I can. But this is like no rehearsals on this video, just going straight through. So, you know, it looks pretty good. Like I said, I would own a lot of these shoes if I could afford it. You know, it's like something that I would love to own one day when I start getting my sales up, start getting more money for my music. You know, I've increased quite a bit since I first started my music on the distributor. So I'm you know, I'm making, you know, I was making like $5 a month. Now I'm making like $35 to $40 a month on my distributor. So I'm making a little bit more money now. But also I sold 2 of my USB drives so far, and I sold those for $100 each. So I'm starting to get you know, them picking up and selling. So we'll get into these shoes right here. These are pretty nice. I would probably definitely own a pair of these. I mean, you know, if I could afford it, this was probably the pair I would get first. You know, this is don't look like much, but they have no laces. They're a loafer. They look very comfortable, but they're cool at the same time. So, you know, that would be my personal favorite right there. So that's the one I would buy first. If I could start my collection out, it would be these. You know, I know you guys haven't seen anything like this before, so hopefully you love them like I do. Hopefully, my sales will pick up a little bit after you know, you see some of these shoes in detail. But very nice. Let's go over here to continue to find some more shoes. So, you know, I was selling shoes for 10 years on my eBay, used shoes that I would find from Goodwills and yard sales. And I did pretty good with it for the 10, 11 years that I sold shoes on eBay. I was doing $50,000 a year just selling used shoes. So we'll get into this one right here is CheckeredGoose Z1. Now this is one of my newer designs. As you can see, a lot of detail in these. Very nice. There's the box again, if you guys want to see the box. But they're very nice. Got the gold on them. And then you got the purple laces. And then the color of this Checkered Goose in the background is black. I don't know if you guys can, you know, see that, the actual color in this phone. I don't know how, you know, it looks black, but it looks gray. On my computer screen, it looks black. So, but that's the shoe. It looks pretty good. Side view of it right there. So that's just you know, something I came up with. Teal green and then blue, brown, black soles, and then the black Checkered Goose on them. Something like rocking. I would rock these with I don't know what shirt I'd wear with it. Probably like just a plain black V-neck shirt. But I would rock these for real. There it goes in a bigger picture. I would definitely rock these. You know, it's something that I used to like draw shoes back when I was younger. You know, they didn't really look too good when I drew them. But I had ideas even when I was younger of making shoes. So really, if you're interested in doing that, you gotta spend a little bit of money at first. You gotta spend $100 to do their application fee. But this is some of the cool stuff you can kind of come up with on there. But the shoes are not cheap, guys. So just to let you know, these shoes are not cheap on there. And they're even more than I can afford. If I start doing a lot of sales on my USB drives, or I start doing more streaming where my numbers are going up and I'm making some profits these days, because I'm not making a lot of profit. But if I could do that, and I would start buying these shoes and putting them in the antique mall up from my house and selling them. I would run my own shop out of there, and you know, I have a booth right now. I have a booth, and my mom buys stuff, you know, every time she goes out yard selling in a Goodwill, she buys stuff for some of it for my booth too. And some of it I put my shoes that I usually sell on eBay. I put my shoes in there for like $10 for each pair. So I sell a lot of shoes, and then she has her stuff, and part of my booth she has her stuff that she kind of gives me. You know, she buys little figurines and stuff like that, and set a lot of that up in my booth, you know, to help me with sales. So, you know, I kind of average about 600 a month, about right, about 600, maybe a little bit more than that, but that's after they, you know, give or take, it could be anywhere from 450 to 600 after they take theirs. So every month is different. But we'll get into the next shoe. Let me see here. Visit your shop. So these shoes, what happened? You know, I let them fall off. I didn't see the notification that they fell off, and you got to repost them every 30 days because, you know, they're I don't have a website yet, so I have to repost them every 30 days. But these are very nice right here. I don't know if you can see that. But these are my, I don't know if I called them the Simpsons or what I called them. I don't know. I don't know if I called them the Ferraris or the Simpsons. I don't know. Maybe it was the Simpsons right here. Maybe I called these the Simpsons. If you look at this yellow and these colors, it looks like the Simpsons on here are going to jump out of these shoes. So, you know, if I had these shoes, I would do like a Simpsons sewing kit and sew a Simpsons dude on these shoes. That's what I was trying to do with these shoes. If I had it in my own booth, I would sell them as Simpsons, like Bart Simpson on there and then Homer on this one. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to do with these shoes right here. But they're still nice. They're Ferraris when you ain't making them the Simpsons. You could call them the Ferraris or the Simpsons. I forget which ones these were. I think these were the Simpsons. There might have been another pair like this that I did called the Ferraris. But we'll go through them very quickly. As you can see, they're not cheap, $244. But nice colors on there, and then you got that pattern that you know, kind of pops out at you right here on this. Purple checkered goose with a black frame around it right there. And then the blue soles goes good with the green and yellow. It looks like a good shoe. I would love to own a pair of these. Tongues are real big like the 80s, but it's like, then it has like a 20, 25 kind of look to the bottom of the shoe. So very nice shoe right here. Good way to spend $250. You know, if I had it, who knows? I don't know if I would spend that much. I never spent that much on a pair of shoes before. But, you know, the most I spent was maybe 115, maybe 125. And you guys can call me a cheapie or whatever. But, you know, I bought a lot of shoes throughout my life. But I've never spent more than, you know, I might have spent 130, maybe one. You know, it's rough around 125. I don't know how much I would really buy a pair of shoes for. You know, because as you guys know, shoes kind of, you never know where you get when you buy shoes. You know, they might feel good on you. They might be like clumps of dirt on your feet or bricks of cement on your feet. Who knows what they feel like when you wear them. But we'll visit this shop right here, Checkered Goose 21. I think that's 21. Let's see, yeah, Checkered Goose 21. So these are very nice right here. I don't know if you guys, you know, looked at these shoes, but I would probably, I don't know, I'd just wear it with like a Bapesta, you know what I'm saying? A Bapesta tank top or something, like a green camouflage Bapesta. be nice, man. Or like even a Burberry shirt would look nice. You know, like a green Burberry. But that's just something I would rock these. One of my favorite shoes. I would buy that. Like, definitely put that on my list. But we'll see here if we can look at them. And then it's you got them things sticking out again on the tongue. So that feels cool. I know it feels cool. They're like, you know, little nubs or whatever you call them. But very nice detail on these. You know, you got the plaid. Then you got like the some kind of camouflage. You know, very nice though. The green goes with that green. And you got like the blue reflecting out of there. So I don't know how I came up with that shoe right there. You know, but I know you guys never seen a shoe like that. But, you know, my shoes are nice, man. What I would do first if I had bought these shoes, I would put them in my shop first, the antique mall, and then I would start wearing them. But I wouldn't wear a pair of these. I would sell them first because my money's so low right now. Let me see here. Preview your design. So that's what I would do. I would go straight to selling them out of my shop because if they're like $200 on this website, you know you could buy them in bulk and get them a little cheaper. But I would have to still sell them at, you know, $250 a pair just to make like $30 off of each pair. So that's too big of an investment for me to buy that many shoes. To do that, you know, if I was making like $200 a pair off of them, then that might be something to invest in. But that's too much to just make $30. You know, that's too much to invest. If I'm investing $200, because if you look at it, I used to invest $10 on a pair of shoes, and I gained 3,000 pairs. I bought 3,000 pairs throughout my time selling shoes on eBay. Well, actually, I don't know how many pairs I sold, had all together, but I had 3,000 at one time in my house. And, you know, I was spending like $10 for my whole, you know, for one pair of shoes at the Goodwill. Because I bought them a while ago before the prices increased at Goodwill. So I would clean them up at my house, and then, you know, I would sell them on my eBay as used shoes. But I did really good on my eBay. I made $450,000 in 8 or 9, maybe 10 years altogether. Made $450,000 on eBay just selling used shoes. But it's possible. Things changed since the pandemic happened, so it's not likely to sell that much anymore. That's kind of why I stopped doing it. But you can see these are pretty nice. You know, not too ordinary, but not sticking out too much. But definitely want a pair of these. You know, you could just go with your outfits and design them when you get these shoes. I mean, you could do anything with these shoes. That's what I love about them. You could really up your styles with these shoes. Like your whole wardrobe, you could design them around your shoes. But I don't have the money to do that, so I keep my wardrobe simple. Just like black athletic shirts and gray ones. I keep it simple, and then I have like some sweat shorts that I wear, and that's pretty much my whole wardrobe. I used to wear a lot of Coogee shirts, but they were getting too hot in the summertime, so I just I got these new athletic shirts that I've been wearing, and they don't have collars on them or nothing like that, but they're supposed to be breathable, but they do get hot in out here in the Florida heat. They get hot, but as you can see, this is my that's the other part of my screen on here, as you can see that. But we'll take a look at these real quick. Visit your shop. So let me see. 34 minutes. I don't know how long I can record on this on my camera on my phone. I never recorded this long on it, so that's them. That's for like a weightlifting type of shoe or something like this. I don't know, or running or something. I don't know what I was thinking when I designed it. Maybe weightlifting. I was like, yeah, these are cool for the weightlifting. Yeah. And then you go into walkers, or you know what I'm saying, some kind of walking shoes. You know what I'm saying? But all different textiles on there. I don't know if it's coming in that good. Let me see. Yeah, it's like a crocodile and then zebra print. So then you got the. I look pretty nice. I'd rock them. Pretty nice shoes. So we'll get out of there. Let's see. And then you got the purple on the tongues. They're pretty nice. Let me see here. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how long I could record on my phone for before it was like, you know, my other phone was not that good that I had before this phone. So there's a lot of things I can do on this phone that I couldn't do with my other phone. But those are pretty cool, man. I like these shoes. You know, I'm sure the color will grow on you once you buy a pair of these. It's not like really something that's really flamboyant, you know, but it's like the colors will pop when it hits in the light because of the materials. So these are like, I don't know what I call these, the tangerine bops or something. I don't know what I call these. I can't remember what I called these. The tangerine bops, I think it was. Tangerine bops, I don't know what I called these. But I called them something. Let's get into this one. But my voice is getting a little raspy for talking for 37 minutes now. So I'm just trying to end this. I'm trying to go as quickly as I can in this video. You know, I don't want to be making long videos like just, you know, for no apparent reason, but that do myself advertising. But we'll just kind of go through them a little bit faster. It's like, also you can wear that with a Burberry. Very nice, I don't know, maybe the beach. It's like a khaki, you know, it's like you would have like a plaid hat with these or something and a khaki. I don't know what you would call it, but these would pop with the, you know, something like black khakis or something, and then like a Burberry sweater or something. I don't know how I would do it. Something like that. I would rock them now. Let me see here. Visit your shop. So I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I'm not I know I've never made a video like this before, so kind of learning as I go. So let's see here. These are pretty nice. Maybe the wife would like those. I don't know. The colors are like pretty cool. They pop, but I mean, I would have them in my collection for sure. I would definitely have them in my collection if I could afford shoes, because there's something like, this shoe is like the Night Riders. I think I call them. I think I call these shoes the Night Riders. I got another one that's like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles inspired one, so hopefully that's on there. I might have took that one off, my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shoe. But this one's a Night Rider, because I was hearing the Night Rider playing it on my cell phone, and then I was like designing a shoe when I heard that beat, and this is what I came up with, the Night Rider. So I guess these are men or women shoes. But I put like a purple on there. That's like a type of orange. I don't know what that is. Let me see here. Go back and do these shoes. So we got one more page. Hopefully you guys haven't fallen asleep or something. One more page after this shoe. One more page. So Pretty cool shoe. A lot is going on in these shoes. You know, it's like, I forget what song I was playing when I made these. I don't know if it was shit, Drop the Bomb on Me or something. I don't know what I was making on these shoes. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, if I made these, I don't know if it was Drop the Bomb on Me when I made these shoes. I was like, I don't know what I was thinking when I made these shoes right here. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. So I was playing that song for some reason. I like that song though, guys. And I don't care. I don't care. It's a good song to me. I like it. Would I hang out with those dudes that made that song? Probably not. I don't really. I probably wouldn't hang out with them. But I mean, maybe they're cool. I don't know those guys that made that song, Drop the Bomb on Me, but, you know, I kind of hang to myself anyways. But let me see here. Let me see. Where do I go? I'll visit my shop. So I'm getting a little worn out making this video. I gotta go take a cigarette break and smoke a joint, you know what I'm saying? But that's them. A lot of cool stuff going on these shoes. 259. Let me see. It was one of the first shoes I designed on my website, but you know, just go through these pictures real quick and then we'll end the video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That's been my what I created on the live shoes. And like I said, you gotta do $100 application fee, and then a few upgrades you gotta buy, you know, to get, like, they might start you out with like one pair you can list, and then you gotta like buy a 10 pair upgrade, and then another 10 if you want. I'm not sure how much I use. I'm pretty sure it was like under $200 though. So, you know, you do invest a little bit, but hopefully your plan is to sell a lot to make your money back. And it's not like over the top prices. It's very reasonable prices when you think about, you know, you could possibly make a lot of money off your design, your shoes. But that's pretty much last one on there. And we'll turn the camera around. I'm a little worn out, but you know, that's basically my shoe store is CheckeredGooseApparel. And I'm wheezing a little bit, so I gotta take a break. But these are my USB thumb drives available on my eBay. They're $100. 995 songs on them. That's like my whole catalog. Definitely, you want to definitely buy one of them. And I got 19 shirts that I have remaining, so I'm gonna include a free CheckeredGooseApparel shirt with them. And you know, you could get that on my website. And be sure to check out everything on my website, because there's a lot of cool stuff on there. Like, you know, I just showed you the shoes, and am I going to make a video about the apparel and the other merch that I got on there? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet, but it might be, you know, I might think about doing it. But I got a lot of those individual shirts, so it would take a long time to go through my CheckeredGooseApparel shirts. But this video's been pretty fun. I'm going to watch it myself because I like the shoes, you know, enough to watch my video a couple times myself. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And you know, if there is a problem on the shoe link, because I can only have 21 listed at a time, if there's a problem, then I could switch them out, because I have like 30 on my website links and only 21 are available. So you can write me directly at my Gmail is dubitdowncompany@gmail.com, and you could tell me what particular shoe you want me to list for you, and I could switch them out. So that will be helpful if you guys need that. I can do that for you. And, you know, we'll definitely get these shoes going. But like I said, I would ride the hell out of these shoes, man. You know, you know what I'm saying? Even with my hat right here, I would rock them with these shoes. You know, in my black shorts and then my sandals. That would be a whole outfit, you know. I mean, not my sandals, but my black socks that I had on earlier. That'd be a whole outfit right there. And then my chain, you know. But I can't afford these shoes right now, you know. But if I could, I would. But like I said, uh, my USB drives will be on there. All my websites, my Wise website will be on there. So definitely check that out. And it's been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, Dubitdown.